Oh, shoot. Oh, okay. Hi, you guys. I know I got on another orange shirt, but it's not a Nike shirt. So, yeah, just want to let you guys know I'm wearing the same thing. I don't know why. I always have yes, I do. I used to, this is a little bit off topic, but I used to, as a kid for a good minute, buy and wear because you guys know I used to work. My first job was when I was 13. I used to I used to buy and wear the same type of clothing. So say for instance, they used to have these when I grew up, I'm dang that's gonna tell my age, but whatever. They used to have like Von Dutch used to be like the in thing. So I would buy all Von Dutch things the same color. And then like my pants, if it had Von Dutch on it, it's same color. Belt buckles the same color, hats the same color, shirts the same color. And then I got to the point where I um begin to start wearing a little bit of different colors. There'll be similar colors. If it wasn't like red, it'll be like a red orange, or if it wasn't this like an orange like this, it'll be like a little bit of a shade or two lighter orange, or a shade or two darker. And so yeah, a lot of people will be like, dang, is she wearing the same thing? Until they started noticing if they see a different color, if it's green or something, they like, no. But she literally, they would definitely see that I would be wearing, things over. Like it's yeah, I had to really get up out of that pattern and break that whole cycle. Um so the topic today, and I will say this, I will not be calling my mom today. I really need to recharge and I really have to catch up on the things that I need to do for myself. The best thing to do is self preservation. Right now, I'm at the peak of things. So I have to make sure that I'm on top of that. So I won't, excuse me, I won't be calling her today. Um, Also, what I am going to, oh shoot, what I am going to do is, um, oh shoot, I'm so weak. Um, what I am going to do is give myself some time and do the things that I need to do and the things that I want to do. I didn't really get a chance to fulfill that whatsoever this last couple of months because I've been so focused on dealing with my mother and her situations. Um, but I did want to talk about what happened yesterday. If you guys haven't seen that video, definitely listen to that video because I'm not going to repeat what was said on there. I got my topic. The topic is based off of what transpired yesterday. So, like I said, if you haven't watched it, definitely watch, yesterday's recording. Uh, so then you can hear what went on there. Um, but yeah, this video it's basically about my reaction to it, um, and how I need to go about life. You know, First of all, I would say my life has not been easy. Um, if you have been staying around and hearing me and everything else, you know that my life has not been easy. But I can honestly say I always try to put my big girl panties on and, make the best out of the situation that I have. No one no one knows what they're given in life for the most part, but it is up to us how we make the best of the situations that we do have um in front of us. So like I said, I believe that, I did the best that I could. I didn't, yes, some really harsh things happened to me that probably shouldn't have happened, and we can go on about that, and oh yeah, it shouldn't have happened, and you say a lot of things, but um I didn't take it as that. I just took it as it's a life lesson, and I need to keep moving. Just as well as I did with this situation in my life. Most people, at my age, you think about having your parents around, and they're supporting you, giving you advice at some point in your life, and uplifting you, and supporting you financially and things like that. Well, I didn't have that from either one of my parents. Although they're my parents, and I love both of them dearly. They were not there. Because of that, there were a lot of people that had to step in, and even some of the people who stepped in had a lot of issues and a lot of unresolved issues for themselves, which led them to a lot of things like addictions and a lot of other things. But it still left like a huge void. And I'm saying this because it's leading up. There's some things that led up to what happened yesterday, and it just started making me realize things more and putting things into perspective, So, um, I never thought that I would be hearing this again, or not again. I never thought I would hear that in my life. I've heard my mother tell me that she hates me. Um, I've heard her say that she wants to take my life. Which, I've heard people who, they get into it with their daughters and things like that. They say certain things, doesn't mean that they mean it. Um, and I'm not going to say that's the case either. But I've heard my mom say some really horrendous things about me. I've also heard some things, that my mom has said to me that has literally uplifted me and shed some light on my family dynamic that I would have never experienced, I would have never understood, um, had I not went through my whole process um, of life. But what transpired yesterday and the disrespect that happened, it was almost like a slap in the face. It was almost like, okay, now we're finally starting to get some type of bonding. And I already was kind of hesitant because anytime that my mom has had that we've had a bond, and I had to look this over. I had to look at my journal, and just because I'm like, well, maybe, it's just her mental illness. Maybe this is something, but I'm quite certain that whatever you want to call it, it's the same thing. And we have to understand that doing something the same way and expecting a different result is insanity. Is insanity. And I can't live in the life of insanity. I lived in that world. I had to live like that as a child in the light of insanity. Even though the truth, sometimes you can get beaten out of the truth. You're telling the truth, and you saying what's going on, and you see things, because I don't know why parents think that you can't, that the children, just because they're children, they don't see what's going on and they don't understand things. Children really do. And I know that I used to get in trouble a lot for putting out things and understanding things and saying it's not okay, because I'm supposed to stay in a child's place. And yeah. And not only that, even if you stay in a child's place and you observe it and you witness it and you say something, it's like now you're getting in trouble because You should have kept your mouth shut. And that's just not cool. So yesterday just reminded me of that. That reminded me of that so much. It was just like, every time we get close, there's always something that comes up and things are flipped around. I'm so grateful for this platform because I was able to record, this whole time, over a year, this whole experience, the whole thing, not only dealing with the people that are dealing with my mom, but dealing with my mom in particular, myself, so people can see, um and have that type of leverage, because usually when these things go down and I say that I'm done with this and I don't want to have anything to do with her or anything to do with the situations again, because it seems like I'm always being thrown underneath the bus, I'm considered the villain. I'm considered the bad person. Not only that, I have people that will just like, especially my family, will not talk to me because they're like, "You will, your mother has this illness and this and that," and it's like, okay, so what? When is enough? When is enough? And yeah, I think I was at my breaking point yesterday when she said what she said. If someone wants to disown you after you've broken your back and there was no reason to disown, to say the things that you said, and you're the one that's breaking your back to go and help her, and you're the one that's breaking your back to do all these things for her, when in reality, you know people who would have been in my situation would have honestly let this person rot. That's just cruelty, And I was just like, okay, I remember I was just like, I'm still going to try to work out because, and be her advocate and be, and help her, because she's getting to that age where she can't even help herself, and the system really does take advantage of her. But then it's like, who protects me when the person that you're protecting tries to take advantage of you? I remember in the video before, she stated, oh, that she was going to set me up and say some things, and she just said some really crazy things. And this was like, I want to say a couple of months ago, and I was like, what are you talking about? And she was like, oh, I'm just kidding. But bringing back what transpired yesterday, it made me think like, no, she wasn't. My mother has tried to do this to a lot of people. And some of those people are trying to get over on it, but then other times it's not. It's not, So I was like, do I need to put myself in a situation? And all I did was I had to literally just let go and let God and pray. Y'all, I literally had to pray about the situation because I'm like, I wasted so much time and attention to all of this. My life shifted because of that, you know? Um, and I gotta be honest, it's like, what's the outcome if I still fight for this person and get it to where she can get some help? Would she want to receive that help? And I had to ask myself, and the answer I knew was no. She's not gonna try. She's gonna do the same thing. She's gonna go over and over and over to do whatever that she wants, whatever it takes to get to do whatever she thinks she wants to do. That's what she's gonna do, you know. Um, so I said, I'm gonna let God do what He does, and let God handle everything. Not to say that I'm just like pulling back, because I am so far vested into it. I started a whole non-for-profit, that, is for people who don't have people to help them. We already have 2 clients, and she's not one of them, even though she's named after it. Those things were just swindling and dwindling in my head. And I'm like, I kept asking God, like, did I make the right decision? Did I make the right choice? Did I make the right choice? And I still don't even know what I'm doing, at the same time. It's like I feel like I'm making the right choice because at least it's helping someone, and someone needed that service, the service that I produced. But it still makes me think like it didn't help the person that I thought it was gonna help, the person that is named. So why even go after? Why just keep going, So you guys definitely pray for me for that one. I also understood something else that my aunt and my cousin told me. And I will tell you this. I know people are like, well, your family this. A lot of people will go, and if you're down, a lot of people will go and try to lift you up. A lot of people want to see you do better. Most of the times people just don't want you to do better than them. So if you call in about something depressing or something like that, and they can jump in, then that makes them feel really good. That makes them, and not to say that that's bad, because you do need to have people to be in and to step in during that time. You just have to watch when you at other times too. Is that the only time that they step in? And you don't want to be a person that only calls people for certain times and all that other stuff too, because that's depressing. So yeah. Um Yeah, so that just made me start thinking about, the things about my life and some of the things that I put on hold, and how my family members told me some things like, you're still young, you still have a life to live, and don't put your life on hold, because you will be all tired and torn up, and these people will go around and act like nothing else happened, like as if you didn't do anything for them. So don't waste your life. Don't waste your life on people like that. Some people think that, you know, your life is like that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Um what else? I think that's kind of about it. Um and I really had to acknowledge that. I was just like, even if I got her over here, what would that do to me? What would that do to my health? Because dealing with someone with mental illness, it really is tough. It's a hardball game, and you cannot do it by yourself. You can't do it alone, which I did have a lot of help, because I took out all that time to do all those researches, connecting with people, navigating out, I did a lot of that work, and it felt like I thought I was doing it for the right reasons, but I feel like I was doing it for the wrong reasons, because, it's helping her. It was supposed to help her, but it didn't, you know. Um, but I know it's gotta have something in the long run. It's got to. It's just got to. Um, yeah. I'm gonna get off of here because I need to rest. I need to recharge, and I need to get on the ball to do what I'm supposed to do. So hopefully something I said or done will help you on your journey. Please stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem. Bye.